Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much for inviting me once again to address you in this format. I'm happy to speak to this joint meeting of the European Parliament Foreign Affairs Committee and the chairs of the Foreign Affairs and Defence Committees from the national parliaments. If I recall properly, I think we had a meeting of this kind in September in France, in Paris, and I was here in the Parliament in September. So from June to September, we have two opportunities to review the situation in the world. But it's true that at the speed at which things take place, 2 months, 3 months, seems sometimes an eternity. Therefore, let's see if we can today, briefly, I will have a first intervention, and then I will be happy to respond to your question. But let me start today by recognizing that we will have a new president of the United States. Senator Barack Obama will be the next president. We know that from tonight. And let me use this occasion to publicly congratulate him for what I will call, and I think we will share this idea, historic victory. Let me say that I think it's fair to say that President-elect Obama has run on a platform of change. And I think that should be very welcome, because there are many things in the world that have to be changed. And my core message today to him, to the American people, to you, to the European people, is that we have to try to do it together. And I think we will be able to do it together. Elections always are about renewal, and also it's true for our transatlantic relations. The stakes are very high, the global state of affairs, and we have to formulate a common agenda, and which is more important, to implement it together. Now, a lot of things have taken place, as has been said in the last period of time. Let me touch on some of them. But let me start by saying that the climate of today, the last period of time, is dominated by a very fundamental financial crisis, which is having repercussions also economically on our countries and collectively in the European Union. This is really a global problem, and therefore it requires a global solution. And I think the European Union has shown the leadership in this period of time, but we have to maintain our attention, our eyes open, to see how we can help to tackle the problems and to shape the international landscape. I think this crisis, as you know very well, will profoundly shape the international landscape. It will accelerate also what it was taking place already, but probably will be more accelerated, as I said, a shift of power also in the world, and probably will be from the west to the east, and we have to be aware of that. And I would like to underline again what is well known, that we need global institutions, we need to change the format of the institutions, we need to bring new powers into the table, and we have to change also our mindset. They will have new ideas, some, I hope they will be from us also, and those new ideas have to be brought into the table, into the implementation of the solution of the problem that we have. But I have to say very clearly also that this new challenge on the financial and economic agenda, it should not mean to forget the old agenda. The old agenda is with us, and it has not gone away. Climate change, non-proliferation, poverty, many other things that have been with us for some time, and now is the moment also to find the solutions to them. Mr. Chairman, let me go through some of the most acute problems that we have now, and then give time for you to put as many questions as you wish, and I'll try to respond to them. Let me start with the problem that we have had in the last days, which is the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. You have seen the dramatic events in the eastern part of that country. It's a real human tragedy which is taking place. Over the last 10 years, more than that, the European Union has, as you know, invested a lot in stability, in peace, in DRC, a country of great importance to the overall stability of Africa. Now, in the last days, we have been in touch with all the leaders that have something to say about the solution of this problem, being President Kabila, being President Kagame from Rwanda, being the President of the African Union, and the Secretary General of the United Nations. I think the two key actors now are the United Nations and the African Union. And as you know, with the effort that we have been doing in the last period of time, together with the President, with the French presidency, we hope very much that this Friday will be a meeting already organized by the African Union in Nairobi, in which will bring together, let's hope so, President Kabila, President Kagame, and other regional organizations of Africa, plus the United Nations. I hope very much that the political process will be back. You remember the process of Nairobi, Goma, which we have to continue putting into place. But this is not the only thing we have to do. We have to keep on working on the humanitarian component and also to keep on thinking about how we can cooperate on other aspects of the crisis with the United Nations. I will be seeing the Secretary General of the United Nations soon, in the weekend. In any case, he will be in Sharm el-Sheikh with us in the Quartet meeting, and we will have the opportunity also to talk about the solution of this crisis. As you know, the European Union through the PSC has been working on potential activities or actions in order to try to find solutions or cooperate to the solution of this crisis, and we will continue to be engaged. Let me also say that in Africa, we have in the last period of time another important problem, which is Somalia. Almost every day we hear about acts of piracy off the coast of Somalia. And this is the reason why the European Union has decided to launch an ESDP naval operation, the first one, that it will be put in the month of September 4. As you know, we have already the operational planning, which is taking place already at the headquarters that has been already nominated in Norwood in the UK under the authority of a British Rear Admiral. We aim to launch this operation by December. You know that this operation will contribute to the implementation of the Security Council Resolution 1814 and 1816, and also assist in deterring piracy and escort, this is very important, World Food Programme shipping, so the ships that have to deploy humanitarian aid. We will cooperate also very closely with all the actors involved in the region. But let me stress that action against piracy cannot replace support for the political process in Somalia. Ceasefire agreement among the parties should take place as today, and we have called the Somalians and all the countries in the African Union which are engaged, and also the Arab League, to move as fast as possible to find a settlement to the Somalian crisis. Mr. Chairman, a lot has taken place in the last time we were here in September in Georgia, where the European Union has had this issue very high on the agenda. As you know, we have been active diplomatically. We continue to play a role in the Geneva talks. We hope that the next round foreseen for the 18th of this month, the 19th, will be constructive by all sides. We work in that direction. But we're also present on the ground with more than 200 monitors already. The mission, as you know, was deployed in a time which was record. And I think we honor all the commitments that we agreed on the 8th of September in Moscow. I think that the deployment of the monitor mission that led to a withdrawal of the Russian forces from the adjacent areas to South Ossetia and Abkhazia was an important step, allowing also many of the IDPs to return.